Today we're going to be looking at the screen layout overview, user preferences, book settings, book properties, how to lock and unlock appointments. We're going to start by logging into the application. Once we've gotten into the application, just an overview of the actual scheduling of the appointment book. If you look up here and actually see the application that you're in, the scheduling appointment book, you have your menu bars including your tasks, edit, your view, and your help. You have all your buttons here that you can do within the application, including refresh, going back, forward, exiting the application, doing appointment inquiries, and viewing locks. You also have your status bar to determine who's logged in at what time and what date. Some important things to note in the scheduling appointment book is the calendar. Down here is the calendar of all your physicians. For a certain date, you can pick a date within the calendar, like today or maybe next Monday, the 25th. And you can see that you have any appointments for these physicians. The resource or the physician across the top. See, it's Dr. Ceramic, Hollis, Griffin, Willis. They're all across the top here. As well as your nurse level 1, nurse level 2, and on-call physician schedule. You can see it within this. If you wanted to toggle between books, as you can see, you can click whatever appointment book you'd like. So we're going to choose Wyoming Health Medical Group. And it opens up all the books within the Wyoming Health Medical Group bookshelf. So we have Sage Primary, Wyoming Brain and Spine, Wyoming Nephrology, and Casper Pulmonology. You can choose your clinic, and that'll pull up all the resources within that appointment book. The resources are equivalent to physicians in this particular circumstance. Some other important things to note, other than the screen layout, is your user preferences. If you go to View and Options, you can actually select and define all of the important user preferences. User defaults, you can actually default it to a specific location. So if you work in just one clinic, like for example, Wyoming Brain and Spine, you can actually specifically pick WBSA and then see just that when you first log into the application. Some other things to note is that you can use some of these other preferences to basically make it very user specific and customize this application to yourself. You can do an appointment scheduling arrange. You can do an appointment detail fields, as well as allow for multiple location values under these user defaults. Within appointments, you can select specific items that you want on a user level, including health plan checks, marking for qualified days on calendars, displaying future request appointments, and then even person encounter preferences. You can add anything that is pertinent to you as a user. Under the navigation, you can actually have a default bookshelf. This corresponds to this part on the screen, choosing which bookshelf you'd like. So if in particular you want Wyoming Health Medical Group as your overall bookshelf, or if you want to narrow it down to just a specific clinic, you can do that here. And that's under the default book. So if you use Wyoming Health Medical Group as your bookshelf, but you only work with Sage Primary Care, you can have that as your default book to narrow it down when you originally log in. All of these features and options are going to make this wildly more customizable and much easier for you to do your job at a user level. This is going to allow you to basically customize this to do whatever you want on a day-to-day basis. You can customize allergies, the allergy button, you can add it on the appointment tab. You can create certain confirmation if you always want to display the log box when you're confirming appointments, or always create a new encounter. You can also define check-ins, check-outs, and other aspects within the application on a user level. Another important aspect to note is the actual book settings. If you right-click within the actual appointment book, you can come under the button Book Settings and Properties. Within here, you can define again on a user level basis whatever makes more sense to you. So you can basically customize this and have your schedule start and end at a certain time of the day. You can just set that right here in the visible day range. Sometimes if maybe you have an appointment earlier or later, you could increase that range to what makes sense to your clinic. You can also change the display fields to whatever information makes sense to you. So those are some of the display fields that you can define. You can also add icons if there's some specific icons that you want to show, like your comment icon, a slot comment, or an appointment icon comment. You can add all those fields so they show up within the appointment book. You can also change your font settings and your view settings as well. So you can have it as a proportional or unproportional, non-proportional view. Another place that you can change the proportions of the view is under book settings and in specifically view. You can have a non-proportional single day, a proportional, which will try to line up all the appointments, a proportional multi-day, or the week, or the entire month. Schedule for your clinic. Another important aspect when talking about the overview of the scheduling application is the lock settings. You can never have more than one person in an appointment at a time. It's imperative that if something locks out an appointment, that you can get in here and unlock it for your users. You can view all locks, like show you any kind of logs that you need to remove, and then you can unlock any locks that are tethered to that appointment, just so that way you could get into it and schedule the appointment.